Hi bells, hope you are thriving. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm just going to be showing you my sharp sauce. That's what I call it. This is my go-to sauce when I just want to whip up something that will go with yam, rice, pasta, so many things, even bread, depending on my mood. If you're interested in knowing what this recipe is, definitely keep watching, okay? Okay, so this sauce is actually called a sharp sauce because you can use whatever you have. You guys, I've used fish before, I've used chicken, I've used turkey, I have used smoked crayfish. I think that's what it's called, dried crayfish. There's nothing I don't use for this my sauce, so I substitute my protein from time to time. Sometimes I even use kwanla, that's smoked catfish, I think. But today I had some leftover chicken and some leftover prawns. I decided to use that for my sauce, so it doesn't matter the protein you use, it will still come out well. So before I start the sauce, I always like to season my protein, and I season with some black pepper, white pepper, bouillon cubes, soya spice. For my prawns, I went in with some oyster sauce, and I also used some soy sauce, and that was basically it. I didn't use more than that. So after seasoning, you want to make sure you give it a good mix. Make sure you start this before going into the sauce. This will give the chicken or whatever protein you're using enough time to marinate, okay? So I mix it all up. Make sure that the spices and the seasoning gets everywhere, you know what I mean, so that you have an evenly tasting chicken in this case. And also the shrimp, you can see I had very few shrimp, but I decided to use it as well. So mix, make sure you mix everything properly. So I placed my saucepan on fire, put my oil. I use minimal oil when I'm cooking. If eventually I need to add more, I go ahead and do that, but I don't like my stew or sauces too oily. So once I put in my oil, I left it for a few seconds to get hot, and then I started stir frying my protein. I started with the chicken because it takes longer to cook than the shrimp. Okay, so we put that in, stir. Make sure you're stirring so that the heat distributes evenly, okay? Once the chicken is halfway done and is beginning to whiten, I add in my seasoned shrimp. This has been marinating now for about 10 minutes, and all the seasoning has infused in the shrimp. The kitchen by now smells really good. Like, the flavors that I'm getting from this is simply amazing. I stir and leave to fry for a few minutes. So I leave this to stir fry for about 2 minutes, after which I take it out because I don't want it overcooked. I go in with my onion. I use white and purple onion because it gives it both savory and sweet flavors. White onion is more sweet and the purple onion is more savory. Okay, so first things first, I go in with my garlic and ginger. This combination is so good for sauces, it's good for stir fries. It gives it such an amazing flavor and it smells so good. After that is fries for about 1 minute, I go in with my onion. I put both of them at the same time, to be honest, so that the flavors kind of infuse together. So while I was frying, I realized I needed a bit more oil, so I went ahead and added a bit more. Like I said earlier, I don't like too much oil in my stew base or my sauces, so I leave that to fry for a few more minutes until the onions caramelizes before I decided to go to the next step. So once my onions had caramelized to my taste, I decided to go in with my chopped bell peppers, tatashe, and scotch bonnet. I also have a few tomatoes in here as well, as you can see. Make sure you stir in the mix properly, stir very well, and leave to fry for about 10 minutes. Now our sauce has reduced. It is now time to adjust taste and flavor to our preference.
This your laptop.
At this point, it's time to season. I went in with 1 Knorr cube. You know, there are usually 2 in the packet, but I used only 1 out of the 2 because I had already seasoned the protein properly, and you do not want your sauce to be over seasoned. Season to your taste. For me, I like my food well seasoned but not over seasoned, if you know what I mean. I also went in with some thyme. Next, I go in with some turmeric spice. You guys know how much I love turmeric on this channel. I actually substitute for curry sometimes, but my go-to is usually turmeric. Then I go in with a bit of black pepper. Black pepper gives such a good flavor to sauces. Make sure you stir in properly. Stir, stir, stir. Today I was actually cooking for some of my family friends that came over. I wanted something really quick, so I opted for some spaghetti slim. You guys know I love spaghetti slim. If it's not spaghetti slim, I do not want it. So while the sauce was boiling down, I put my spaghetti slim on fire. This takes about 5 to 7 minutes to cook. Really quick, really easy. I did not want them to have to wait too long for their food. So spaghetti slim it was. The good thing about this sauce is it goes with almost anything. It goes with yam, it goes with spaghetti, it goes with rice, it goes with bread, it goes with beans, it goes with so many things. Plantain, potato, think of it. And you can always substitute the protein, like I said earlier. So at this point my sauce was already reducing. I gave it one more stir. I left it again because I felt like the water was still a little bit much. left it again for another, I'd say 5 minutes. I tasted it at this point and I noticed I needed a bit of salt, so I just added a bit of salt, and that was it, guys. At this point our sauce is ready. I had some leftover spring onions I found in the fridge, so I just chopped it up and added it lastly to the food. Once I added it, I stirred it in and then I put up the fire and our sauce was ready. You guys, the review from this sauce was amazing, and it's so annoying when you make something so delicious and you do not make it in large quantity. It was super annoying, but I like the fact that they enjoyed it and they gave me really great reviews. So you can try this. It's really quick, it's really easy, but very delicious. Like I said, the pasta doesn't take long at all. Once the sauce was ready, the pasta was ready alongside. I love cooking my meals together. Like if I'm having rice and stew, I always time it in such a way that the stew is getting ready at the same time the rice is getting ready. Ain't nobody got time to be waiting for one other meal to get ready. You get what I mean? It saves time, it saves energy, and you have your meal faster. So my pasta was done. You can see how everything is separate, one, you know, no time for clogging pasta over here. I'm sorry I couldn't do my presentation very well. By the time the pasta was done, my baby needed my attention, so it took me like about an hour to actually serve this. My family friends had already eaten and left, and this was like the leftover they rolled, so I couldn't get like a proper presentation because my baby was just crying and being all needy. But yeah, this is the sauce. It was so delicious, you guys. I can't even begin to describe how yummy this was. So if you are able to try this recipe, please let me know. Give me a review in the comments and let me get your feedback. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and enjoy. Please subscribe, leave a comment and share this video. I'll see you in my next one.